Hi, it's been a minute. I had quite a bad cold last week, so I didn't upload any videos, I didn't film any videos. I was pretty much in bed for 7 days. I'm still a bit sick, but I'm feeling a lot better. So I'm finally gonna be ranking my highlighters today. I wanted to do this video for like a month. There was just so many new releases, then I got sick and yeah, I just didn't get the time to do that, but I'm finally gonna be ranking my highlighters and I'm so excited. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. It means so much to me, and now let's get into it. So I don't have that many highlighters. I'm gonna be ranking 7 of them. I technically do have 8. I have this Milk makeup highlighter. I only use this one like maybe twice. I don't think I'm ready to rank it yet. I just don't have my full opinion yet on this one. So yeah, I'm not gonna be ranking this one. But I do have other 7 highlighters that I'm going to be ranking. So let's finally get into the ranking. I'm going to start from the bottom, so from the 7th place. On the 7th place, I have this LYS pressed highlighter powder. This one is in the shade Brave. There is nothing wrong with this highlighter. Let me swatch it. The main reason that I'm ranking this one in the last place is because it is way too dark and way too gold for me. And that is literally the only reason that's ranking in the last spot. I really do like the formula. I don't think there's anything wrong with the formula. I think it blends into the skin so nicely. And I do think that maybe in the summer when I do get a bit more tan, I'm gonna like it. But I'm pale like most of the year and it is just way too dark and way too gold for me. It is a really beautiful formula, so I can still make it work and I do still use it sometimes. But you know, the color just makes me not want to reach for it. And when I look at my highlighter collection, this one is the last one I think to grab, and basically that is the main reason why it's ranking in the last place. Now I'm gonna try and swatch every single of these highlighters, but I'm not sure how that's gonna turn out, but I'm hoping it's gonna look okay. I just have a really hard time speaking today. I haven't spoken in English in a week, and also like I'm still a bit like sick, so I can't speak properly, so just bear with me. In the 6th place, I have this Rare Beauty Liquid Luminizer. This one is in the shade Enlighten. Now, similar thing to the LYS highlighter, the main reason this one is ranking so low is the color. This one is a bit too bright and too light for me. It is way too icy for my liking. I prefer a highlighter that is very close to my skin tone. I do like an intense highlighter, but I do like something that is a bit more closer to my skin tone. This one is just way too bright, way too icy for my liking. And I'm just not obsessed with the formula either. I just don't think I'm a big fan of liquid highlighters in general. I do absolutely love this one in my inner corners, and I do use it mostly for that. I think it adds just such a nice pop of brightness in my inner corners, but I just don't love it on my cheeks as much. And I feel like it doesn't really melt into my skin. It just kind of sits on top of it, and I just don't love it for my skin tone and for my preferences, I guess. I'm still gonna keep it because it is the only brighter highlighter I have in my collection. And I do still use it, you know, sometimes I do want a really bright highlighter, but I do mostly only use it in my inner corners. So yeah, again, it's not a bad highlighter. I don't hate any of my highlighters, but yeah, this one is just kind of okay, I guess. Now in the 5th place, I feel like the last 3 spots, so the 7th, the 6th, and the 5th, are kind of the highlighters I'm kind of not in love with. They're okay, and I'm still gonna keep them, and I'm still gonna use them, but they're just not my favorite highlighters, while the other 4 I do really love, but these 3 are just kind of for me, I guess. So in the 5th spot is this Melt Cosmetics Sexfoil. Mine is in the shade Stargazer. First of all, a lot of it comes out, like it comes like a whole pump, and this is like so much highlighter. You just don't need this much, so you end up wasting most of it. Again, the main thing is the color and the fact that it's a liquid highlighter. The color is really, really unique in my collection, so again, I am gonna keep it, and I am gonna use it because it's such a special color. I would say it has a pink base with gold sparkles through it. It is really, really unique, and it's such a beautiful, unique color. I feel like it's a touch too dark for me as well, and I just don't reach for it that much. And again, the same thing as with the Rare Beauty highlighter, I do feel like sometimes it does remove my foundation, and I just don't love that. You know, I don't know. Again, when I look at this one, I'm not gonna reach for it as much. I just don't use it that much, and yeah. Again, nothing really, really wrong with it. It is a nice highlighter. It's such a beautiful, unique shade, but I don't know. I prefer my other highlighters a lot more than this one. And now we're getting into the highlighters I absolutely love. Now for the fourth and third place, it was really hard for me to rank them. I wasn't really sure because I love them both equally, I would say. But in the fourth place, I ended up putting Rose Ink cream highlighter in the shade Opalescent. So basically, this is more of a pink. Okay, this does fall, but it's okay. You can kind of put it back in. I mean, it's just glue and kind of it's not sticky anymore. So I mean, this is not the reason I ranked it on the fourth spot. I honestly forgot about this, but it's kind of annoying. I'm just gonna keep it out for now. So this is the Rose Ink highlighter in the shade Opalescent. This one is the only like more pinky highlighter I have, and I don't usually prefer pink highlighters. I like gold highlighters, but this one honestly does not transfer pink on the skin at all. It looks so beautiful on the skin. I think that this one maybe even gives the most beautiful effect out of all of my highlighters. I just love the effect that this one gives. It has such a fine pearl to it. It looks so stunning on the skin. Now, the main reason why it's ranking on the fourth place and not a bit higher is because it feels expired. It feels so dry, and there is some kind of balls forming, and it is brand new. Like, I literally opened it, I don't know, 2 months ago maybe, and it literally feels so dry and so expired. Again, I do still use it, and I can still make it work, but it just feels dry and expired, and I don't know really why, and that kind of sucks. So yeah, that is basically the main reason why I ranked it on the fourth place. But other than that, it is such a stunning highlighter. I love it so much. I feel like in the last few years, people kind of really didn't use highlighter that much, but I just still love highlighters, and they're just so fun to me, and they bring me so much joy. And this one is just so beautiful. It is very close to my skin tone, which again, like I said, that is what I absolutely love in a highlighter, and it is just so beautiful on the skin. But yeah, it just feels a bit expired, and again, the packaging is not that great either. But yeah, other than that, it is such a stunning highlighter. And now for the third place, I have my Colourpop Super Shock Cheek Lunch Money highlighter. Again, I was kind of going back and forth between this one and Rose Ink. The only reason this one is ranking higher is because I've had this one for literally years. It is definitely expired, but it does not feel or look expired at all. It still performs beautifully. It still is really creamy. It still performs as good as on the first day. So here's it swatched. It is a bit more brighter than all of my other gold highlighters. I think I had this one for, well, definitely way too long. I think I must have had it for at least 5 years. Yeah, I should definitely declare it, but I'm not going to. I do still use it. I do still like it, and it still performs beautifully, so I'm not gonna declare it, even though I probably should, and it's probably expired, but you know, that's okay. Now again, this one is a bit lighter than my Perfect Gold, I guess, but I do really like this one because it is really nice and brightening in my inner corners. It is just a very good highlighter. This was the only highlighter I had for quite some time, and I used it and abused it so much, so I am a bit emotionally attached to it. So that's probably another reason why I'm not getting rid of it, but nonetheless, it is such a pretty highlighter. Now, finally, for the last two spots, in the second spot, we have the VIEVE Skin Dew. This is just so beautiful. I love this one so much. Okay, here's a swatch. It is a beautiful gold shade. Now this is the only shade they make, but I do think this would work for many skin tones because it does not have that much of a pigment to it. It just adds such a beautiful wet looking glow, but in the most beautiful way ever. I love this highlighter so much, and I have also used this as a very glowy primer, and it works so beautifully as a primer as well. It is such a versatile product as well. Like I said, I've used it as a primer before, but you can also mix it in with your foundations, your blushes, or you can just use it as a highlighter. It is such a beautiful, versatile product, and the glow that it gives is just everything. It is so, so, so beautiful. And now we have my favorite highlighter. Are you even surprised? Because I'm not. So this is the Rare Beauty highlighter in the shade Exhilirate. I mean, this is just so beautiful to look at. It is such a cute little compact and a cute little highlighter. This is just so, so, so beautiful. And this is kind of like that perfect gold I was talking about. It is very close to my skin tone. So it is not too bright, but it is very, very intense, which I love. That is definitely my favorite thing when I highlighter. It's very close to my skin tone, but also very intense. Because I love a lot of highlighter, but I don't like it to be too bright. And this one is just so perfect for my preferences and for what I'm looking in a highlighter. I just love the effect that it gives. And honestly, there is not much more to say about this highlighter. It is just so, 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 so good. Okay, so this was quite a shorter video. I still have quite a hard time speaking. I can barely speak, especially for a long time. So it was definitely a bit of a shorter video, but I do still hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and bye. I technically the seventh place I have this LYS. On the seventh place I have this LYS. I'm hoping it's gonna look good, but I'm hoping I'm still gonna keep that. And I'm still gonna keep that. And now the reason.